because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
What if I told you that one simple shift in how we view politics could completely change the way you look at the world? Today, we are diving into a topic that could reshape your political views in just minutes. And trust me, you won't believe what you uncover. Let's jump straight in and watch.
We were just talking about EU Ambassador Sondland changing his testimony yesterday, that he had to be refreshed about quid pro quo. And you've been skeptical more than a lot of the Democrats about the impeachment inquiry. Were you surprised by what he did yesterday?
Well, look, the facts are important, and we'll get to that. I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts. Because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
We're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why...
I mean, you're on Tucker Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier.
You know, you can tell the Joy is not stable here. Gotcha. She's not stable at all, you know. Yeah, she wasn't expecting this. You can tell the way she's, using words and trying to sort of like, maybe trap Tulsi, It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, you should own for your for your words, If you say something behind someone's back, you gotta own up, You gotta own up. Yeah, and I think what Tulsi is doing is really good because, some of this stuff, it really needs to be confronted, for it to stop. It's crazy. Let's watch the video further.
Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice to the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. It's why I ran for Congress.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. And that's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
So
really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country. This is why I'm running for president, to continue that commitment of service.
So are you surprised, though, that when people see bots and things and all the things that we've sort of been seeing heading your way, that people have these questions? Because she's not the only one. Hillary, I don't think, is the only one. So what she's saying is she feels they are grooming you. You're saying nobody's grooming me. I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm a soldier and a patriot.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against that, and
What's your evidence to that?
to change.
Well, can I?
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I
warmonger.
served
How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq
Yeah.
that she championed. She championed a regime change war in
Did
Libya.
you not believe in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
Well, so did she.
Look, it is indisputable.
You know, the crazy thing here is you can see that Joy is trying to make this issue light, you know, clearly. She's trying to make light of the issue here. And Tulsi is rightly putting it across to say that, you know, they went to war, you know, wars that were not necessary to start with. Because what happens when people go to war, especially the soldiers, they are casualties, you know. People die in wars, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and Tulsi, as a veteran herself, she understands these things. But Joy seems to try to make fun of it. I think that's not right, you know. I think that's, even if you disagree with someone, at the end of the day, respect is still needed to be shown, you know. Yeah, respect is still needed to be shown, ladies and gentlemen. It's not right to try to demean somebody using that card. No, it's wrong. It's crazy. And let's watch the video further.
It is indisputable to say anything other than the fact that Hillary, let me just close this out, that Hillary Clinton throughout her career has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police, going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. I'm against that. I'm running for president to change that. Rather than actually debate me on the issues, she and others are resorting to these smear tactic campaigns, seeking to undermine me, smear my character, and sending a message to anyone who dissents: toe the line, or you too will be smeared.
Wow. You know, first of all, I respect Tulsi. You know, I think she's a wonderful woman, you know, and she's really a role model to many young men and women all around the world, you know. Somebody who's, you know, who's eloquent, who's, you know, wow. You know, first of all, respect to Tulsi. You know, I think she's a wonderful woman, you know, somebody who's a role model to a lot of young men and women all around the world. You know, she's eloquent, and she's somebody who doesn't, you know, sort of like just come on, man, you can do it. Wow, you know. Wow, you know, first of all, respect to Tulsi. You know, I think she's one of the intelligent women that we have in politics now. You know, she's eloquent, she's well-spoken, you know, and she's somebody who's really a role model to many young men and women all around the world, especially in America. You know, I think this is a clear indication and picture that, you know, even if you are in a, say maybe you're in a party, you know, and in this party, the general consensus is that people agree to do something that's not right. They agree to do something that's evil. I think, you know, as people, it's always important to stand up, you know, against that which is not right, against that which is evil. to stand up and say, no, I don't support this. I don't support this. And clearly, that's really the story of Tulsi. You know, she was a former Democrat. She was part of the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. But it got to a point that she noticed that, wait a minute, what they are doing, these guys, you know, all the policies, the way they run things, is no longer for the people of America. In other words, they don't represent the will of the people anymore. And what did she do in turn? She left the party. And now she's doing a lot, you know, in the Republican Party now. She's part of the Trump team. And God bless her for that. You know, so point is, you know, I think it's a lesson for all of us, you know, that even if when you start in a path, you know, that you think is right, the moment you notice that it's no longer good, it's been corrupted, you know, you can always live. You can always live, you know. And all these people of the Ville, you know, I don't get it. The environment, it's so toxic, you know. It's so toxic. It's crazy. I don't get it, you know. It's different when you see young people talking about other people's back, behind their back, you know. When you see young people, you know, trying to create strife, stuff like that, you know, it's different, you know. They are young people. They still got a lot to learn. But when you see elderly women, elderly people doing that which is unbecoming, it leaves a lot to wonder. It leaves a lot to wonder. I think Tulsi really managed herself well in that. And I think she really did well. And kudos to her. Tell me also what you think in the comment section. I want to hear your views on this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.